Hello everybody, happy Tuesday, welcome to Tuesday Sewing, and a little bit more to do to this journal cover that we've been working on. Last week we did these sequins with coral stitch, a few more down here, and what was the other thing that we did? Add something painted, which was that. Decided to add that in the end. I was going to put something through there, but it was putting too much strain on it, so I put that in instead, and I like that. I'll put some thick cord through it. So let's have a look what we've got this week. Give it a good, let's have a look at this one. Add a dangle, and that's from David. And then this one, tiny beads from Nola. Oh, that add a dangle from David. Oh crikey. And tiny beads from Nola. Okay, as always, we'll put some lovely photos in of David's while we go and fetch our stuff. Okay, we're back. I've got these. Now, I'd forgotten I'd got these. I've recently sent for them, well, a month ago probably. Gorge. Look at those seed beads in all those greens. Got them from Amazon, I think. A really good deal. And goodness me, I've enough green coloured seed beads to last me a long time. I've got these that I think I've only used one of for a dangle, to make a dangle. So I've got one of those. They've got pretty ends, haven't they? It's a bit bent. I've got my endings for crimping. Oh, I know what I've not got. I haven't got my tweezers. My tweezers, not my tweezers, my pliers. Just hold on a second. And I'll be... Now this set, this is a lovely, if you haven't got any, I don't want to pay loads and loads of money, but this set I did get from Amazon, £8. And yeah, you've got a cutting plier and two holdy pliers. I know that's not the proper word for it, but holding pliers. Right, okay, I need to put that down there out of my, oops dear, didn't sound healthy, did it? Right, let's see, I think I probably need my cutting pliers, and, oh well, I'll get my two holding pliers out as well, because if I've got to put any fiddly bits on, we'll see. We'll see, I'm not very good at the end bits when we do it to attach it. So I just want to do a few minutes. I hope you sat there with all your things. Just we want to take some nice deep breaths and just relax and get ready for doing some slow stitching. So anybody that's new, slow stitching is anything to do with everybody sort of thinks that it's just straight stitch, running stitch. It can be any stitch that you want. It's about your mindset, about being relaxed, about clearing your mind away from anything that plays on your mind while you give yourself an hour. Do a nice quiet sewing project. And I mean, it's not entirely quiet, is it, because I'm talking, but you know, practice mindfulness. There's loads of research to prove that mindfulness, finding time for relaxation, getting your life work balance more in order. And I think, you know, the pandemic's done a lot for us, a lot of good in that respect, that I think people have realised that they spent too long at work, were obsessed with work, didn't find time for things that they love in leisure time, really, and family. So just take some nice deep breaths in and out, and in and out, and let's have a look, see what we can do with this. Use tiny beads and a dangle, so I may well fit the two together or not, I'm not sure. I have got this, it's like beading wire, that I've had this a long time, even before I did anything with beads and things. It was in a, you know, when you get a bag full of all different threads, and it was pick and mix, just get a bag full for £5 or something, and you didn't know what you got in it, a bit like a lucky bag. Well, I got this in that, and let's do the dangle first. Let's have a look now. The other thing is, I've got, because I've got these long beading needles, and I was mindful of the fact that Brooke was using really long needles to do beaded dangles that were actually from the tag, the 52 tags handmade. Now these, I believe, are those that, they're quite clever, she says, hopefully. they've got a invisible eye. The beaded needles are very fine as well, so, and very bendy and flexible. Am I trying to do this from the wrong end? It's invisible, all right, can't find it. Okay. So we've got it there in the end. I think I prefer my other one that you can just thread with your threader. You just find where the flat bit is and do a bit of manipulating and open it up, look. So this is what you do. And then you've obviously got your, it goes together then. So I'm going to cut a bit of this off. Oh, I think this wire's a bit, probably it might not like this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put, and I'm going to use these, this is where this mat's good as well. I'm going to use, these are crimping beads, what they call crimping beads. And as I say, I'm no expert. I just went on that one-day course with the ladies from my real life sewing club and did beading day, and we made a couple of bracelets. And so you decide how long you want your dangle or whatever to be. So for example, I've got far too much wire there, so I'm going to cut that off. Okay, and you've got one crimping bead and two crimping beads on there. Okay, and what she told us to do is we hold that there so that it doesn't come off there, and then get this to the length about where you want it to end. and you squeeze it between your pliers, and that's crimped now. Yeah, now with this other one, you stay there, stay. That's to stop any beads coming off. So to then stop it going any further, you put your wire or your thread back on yourself. No, wait a minute, I've done it wrong. Wait a minute, let's take this crimper off. I shouldn't crimp any till I've got the wire through. Right. But with those of you that are expert will be saying, no, you've done it wrong. Okay. The beading needle's shot across there. Right. Okay. 1 crimping bead. 2 crimping beads. Okay. Then you fold your wire back through both beads. That's going to be your end. You could put a little bead on the end there if you want, but now we'll leave it without a little bead on. Okay, and then you just crimp they used a bullnose pliers are the ones that that really are better for this. The curly ones, I don't have any of those, but there we go. So there are our 2 clamped beads there, and you've got your little, now you can either hang that on a bulb pin or something. I mean, in actual fact we could do, if we wanted, do that. So that's secure now, and we just need to take some of this off. We don't want that sharp and sticking in, do we? So just take that little bit off. Okay, and there you've got your crimped end. So now we can put beads on here without them falling off. Okay, and in actual fact probably don't even need my beading needle. But we will see. Now let's see if we can do it without the beading needle, because I think this wire's a bit thick for it. Okay, now then, let's hope you can see that. And it's a matter of just threading a few on, so I'm just going to put a few out, mixed colours. Oh, I love these, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, these are. Okay, I'll shut that, because knowing me, I don't want thousands of beads all over the floor. Right, so yeah, you can thread it on this wire. So we're not actually sewing, but you know, it's part of sewing, isn't it, beading? I do actually find beading quite relaxing. Now if you wanted to, you could then put a bigger bead in halfway along. And I know Nola was my mother-in-law. Just get my other beads here, and you know, if there's something a bit larger you want to use, you can put that in with it. It's up to you. Now then, these are probably going to be a little too big, but we'll see. See, I've got this. That's not the right shape. I've got that one. We've got 2 of those. 3. So shall we see how they look? These are some of my larger beads, and let's yeah, quite like that. So we'll just carry on adding some beads on. They can be fiddly to work with seed beads, but I do think that they look very effective. And especially if you're going to add some directly to your sewing project. You have to use quite a lot of them to make a big impact. But if you're doing an area where you like for example I did that, I was representing the rocks on the seashore, and I put some larger beads in, but then to fill some of the filling in spaces you can put your seed beads in, and they add to the overall look of it. And there we go, that's looking nice. And I think these colours will go nice wherever we decide to hang. I mean, if we wanted to, we can hang a dangle from through there and tie it through our use the eyelet to punch it properly, and we can put one there if we want. So I don't have many beaded findings, they call them, which is the chains and the lobster claw clasps and various things that jewellers use for making jewellery, because I don't make jewellery really, it's just things to go on my beading projects. But I'm starting to collect a few bits now, and you can get these are all different colours, these crimping beads that they're called, and they're not that expensive. I know Carol at Oak House Journals, she buys, she does, if you go and check her channel out, she has in her list, you will find where she has got BB Crafting. I think she gets all her supplies because she does a lot of bead work, and she does reviews. She's been doing reviews on those things, that items that she's got from there. And she does, I have noticed that she has done reviews on Panda Hall. Now I buy a lot of Panda Hall, I find them very good quality. Now Panda Hall, you can buy it directly from Amazon if you want, and you can put their name in, and I do find the quality very good. There is a nice selection. So go and check those out, but certainly BB Crafts seems to be, I think that, and especially if you're in the States, I think BB Crafts is actually in the States. Right, okay then. So say for example, which I think is quite a nice, well, I'll tell you what, we may as well use the last 3 beads, there's no point, is there, in leaving them behind. They're so small they get stuck in your nail. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was. Where's it flirted to now? I can't even see it. Oh, it's there, look. Thank goodness for this grey mat. Come here, little bead. It's gone right down there in my hand. Oh, I can't be bothered with it. I can't find it again now. Right, okay, so I'm going to use a, for this one, I'm going to use a bulb pin to through there to hold this dangle on, and that's quite pretty. So on the end I want to put something a bit significant to end it with. Now I do have a small supply of my favourite hearts. I think these are the ones. A green, black on one side, green on the other. Look at them. Oh, they're my faves. And I think that would be really pretty as an end piece, end bead. Now, when Anne was doing her handmade, 52 tags handmade, and she was sewing it, she left her bead light at the end, and then she went through all the other beads and came back out the top, and that secured them, which, you know, you can do it like that if you want, or you can put some more crimping beads on, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've slid that right up there, and I'm going to get 2 more crimping beads out. Look, that little thing's on top of there, look, little bead. So I'm going to get 2, in fact I think we'd get away with this couple of smaller ones. Oh. Okay, so we'll put our crimping beads, same process as where we started. Put your crimping beads on first, and then slot your wire, and again we could do it right the way through. You've just got to be careful. Wires a bit more can get kinks in it a bit more, can't it? And we don't want there to be a gap up here from we don't want there to be a gap. It's tricky, you've got to mess with it. Okay, and we're nearly there. Okay. That's it. So I hope you saw that. Just for extra strength I've threaded it back through, but you don't have to. You could just thread it through your crimping beads if you want. And now this one's playing silly devils. It's come off. Oh. I'll stab this end. Okay. Okay, so we've got that where we want it to be, and again crimp our beads tightly. That's it. Right, okay, so with this to get rid of, and we've got to decide if we want to cut that, or if you wanted to have, you could, let me use these ones, you could have a little round of wire as part of your design. But I'm trying. So you can see how I couldn't be doing with this all the time. It's too fiddly for me. Crikey. Can't even see what I'm pulling. There we go. Okay. So if you say wanted that to be part of your design, you can do. Okay, but that's decided it's going to break now, so I'm going to cut it off. So again, we're cutting that bit off and bending that in. Okay, and then this one, make sure you cut the right one, don't cut your one with all your beads on, and then that just fits in there. Okay, and that is your dangle done. As I say, I'm not professional now, but it's fine for junk journaling, whatever I need it for. If you can buy these ready done, they've got a beautiful end. And if you want, say for example, I think we'll just put these on. Oh, it's a double one there. You just thread these on. And this double one, will see if it's got a hole through it or not. No, it's not, though. Not got a hole through that one. Okay, so we're just threading these on. So if you don't want to be messing about with wire and clipping things and stuff like that, then, you know, you can get different finials with, you know, the fancy ends, and they look effective. You've got to be patient with this, you see, so this is, it might be too frustrating to be doing it for slow stitch day. If I wasn't doing this for video, I wouldn't be doing it for slow stitch day. I am not the most patient person. I'm patient with people. I'm not patient when I'm crafting. Okay. Oh, end up chasing these round around the garden. See, you can't, there's too many in there for you to see what I mean? It's hard to do it in your hand. Got you. Some of these haven't got holes in, actually. I don't think it is just me. That one I couldn't get, I got right on it and I can't get through it at all. Yeah, no. Oh, that makes me feel better. It's not just me that's chasing them round, although they do have a mind of their own. Okay, so we're going to take them till about there. I'll put them back in, and then again, if you want to, you could put a bigger one on there if you like. at the top if you want to put a bigger bead. Let's see if what we've got in here that might go with these. Let's have a look what we've got on here. There we go, that's pretty. Let's have a go with that one. See if you wanted, I think that's too large, but you could do if you wanted. It didn't sort of quite look in proportion. I've got a little wooden one there. Yeah, that is quite nice. Let's have a look. Not necessarily think that this is for this one. I'm going to hand put that one on, but I'm going to put a crimping bead on, and so I want a silver one, and I don't want a bright silver crimping bead because this is more of a dulled metal finish, and I just want to put 2 on there. Crimper. As I say, bullnose pliers are better. You can crimp them much tighter, and they're easier to get. But I haven't got any at the minute. Oh, you see, and that's what happens if you're using ordinary non-bullnosed ends. You break them. So make sure this is why these kits are great, because you know, if you lose a few, you've still got plenty. Okay, they're slightly too big, I think, this size for this, but never mind. So I'm going to crimp that one down. There we go. You don't have to. You can. You don't have to put the crimping beads on, but I just think it just gives them a bit of security. And then we are going to faff about, because this is where I'm not very good. So this is where I'll say, David, David, can you come and out to this? Right, okay, so you hold one, and we're going to twist it because we want to make a loop. See what I mean? I am not the world's best loop maker. Okay. It's a bit wonky, so move it out again and then pull it in. There we go. And as I say, because I'm not the world's best that's why I like to put the crimping beads on. I'm just trying to straighten it out a bit. You could put a little bit of hot glue under there or whatever if you want. So there is your other dangle. So I'm just going to get a couple of, see if I can reach them from here. Probably not. Get my bulb pins. We've got a silver one, and then I think a black one will look nice on there. Okay. So there you've got a dangle with your little finial on the end. you know, so if you want, I can just pin it through there. In fact, I think that'd be quite nice. Let's get a bit more on it for you. They're not always very sharp, these bulb pins. Okay, there you go. So we've got our bulb pin on there, wherever you want to put it. I mean, I actually think, because we've got the sequins at the bottom, I think this would be nice dangling somewhere. We've got sequins there. We can always put it through. Come here. That's it. I'll probably put you all off doing any beading now. You're thinking, oh, what a faff, I can't be bothered with that. So that can go on there like that. And then we'll use a black one. Let's move some of this out of the way so you can see. So you could put that on there like that. Or when you've got the wire on the end, instead of looping it, you can loop it through an eyelet at the top, or one of those hitch posts. So we will hang that on there. In fact, I think this one goes best to you. This one, we've got that there. Let's just put it here so you can see them both together. Try not to take out my machine sewing in the process. Okay. There we have it. And they do look really effective. I think they look nice. So thank you for joining me. You carry on with the rest of the hour. I hope you've had something a little bit less stressful to do than than I've had, but sometimes you've got to fiddle and it's worth it in the end. I just love this heart. Look at it, it's gorgeous. It's got this gorgeous effervescent green on it as well, and the black goes, and then this little dangle here. So if you didn't have any bulb pins, you can just sew it directly, stitch it through the loop. So thank you for joining me. Hope this bit of relaxation for yourselves helped you today, and I'll see you next video. Bye for now.